Welcome, you guys. I didn't know I was live right now. It's a great day and Thursday, July 25th, I believe. Great day here, 2018. This is Eric Vaughn and the Family Cash Machine. And one of the reasons we named it the Family Cash Machine, and excuse me for the glasses, it's a little bright, real bright today, and I'm driving kind of towards the sun, and my eyes are a little sensitive to when it's too much light. So anyway, I wanted to share with you guys the Family Cash Machine and why we actually named it the Family Cash Machine. Well, as you guys know, in 2018, the family structure, the family foundation, and particularly the black family, the structure of the family is very dysfunctional, and there's reasons for the dysfunction. And in my vantage point, the dysfunction has a very strong residue of an economic dysfunction. Economics to me is one of the number one problems in the African American community. I don't like to say African American. I like to say black community, because the reason I don't like to say African American is because Africa is not the name of the actual continent. That's the name that a lot of the conquerors gave it, from a guy named Scipio Africanus. And so I don't like that term. I use it because you guys are familiar with it. And America, or American, comes from the Italian conqueror or conquistador named Amerigo Vespucci. So I don't really like using that to identify with my people. I say black people. And the reason I say black people, because when you say black, it actually transcends geographical locations, because there's indigenous people that's actually here from North America that are darker than you guys, that you call Indians. There's some of them that was actually darker than some of the African Americans here. But anyway, long story short, the African American family, it's dysfunctional, very dysfunctional, and most of the root of the dysfunction is economics. You know, the economic situation is what makes us dysfunctional, because in neighborhoods, communities where economics and the average income of a family is lower, below average, crime rate is higher, mortality rate, infant mortality rate is higher. Also, dropout rate is higher. Crime is higher. Murder's higher. Domestic violence is higher. I mean, economics is the root of a lot of issues around the world. So, the Family Cash Machine, one of the reasons we named it the Family Cash Machine, myself being the founder of the Family Cash Machine, and the co-founder is a friend of mine named Ellis Vernon, and eventually I hooked up and met up with a brilliant guy out of Detroit named David Lyons, who I love very much, and he's been very essential and key, because he saw this movement, and as a programmer, you know, he helped me to understand more so the technical functionality, the undergirding principles of technology, decentralization, that's really at the root of cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin and this whole huge new internet of money. But the Family Cash Machine, again, like I said, I gave it that name because of the dysfunction of the black family root, and I think the whole premise is based on economics. And so we wanted to bring this family back together again. We wanted to help the black family to come back in a unity under economics, and understand that this country basically was built on the backs of African Americans, of black people, through an institution called slavery. And I don't want people to, for one second, think that slavery didn't have a lot to do with economics. In fact, slavery was a financial institution. It was a financial institution because it was based mainly on finance. Now, of course, eventually it created racism and discrimination and things of that nature. But the initial premise of slavery was a financial institution, because one of the number one commodities in the world at that time was cotton. Not cocaine, but cotton. Cotton was one of the number one financial commodities at that time, as well as sugar cane. Not cocaine, but sugar cane. Sugar cane was one of the number two, I believe, commodity in the world at that time. And also you had tobacco. I'm gonna take my glasses off. Look, the clouds came in. I want to see you guys. Hey, what's going on? So it was also tobacco, and tobacco, again, an agricultural product, a commodity that was highly traded at that time, and the foundation of the economics of this country. They had over 17 million black people pulling and agriculturing and harvesting these top commodities, global commodities that made this country the economic strength that it is, on the backs of black people. Make no mistake about it. So at the end of the day, it's all about economics. And never in the history of this country did they ever want those that economically they built this country on to know about economics. Okay? They never wanted you guys to really understand money and to learn what money is and how it works and stuff like that. But hey, that day's over with. We got the Family Cash Machine here now to awaken the African Americans about economics and to help them to be able to synergize their economics together to make a very powerful force. And the beautiful thing about it is cryptocurrencies is anonymous. So although they can see our foolishness and the fact that we spend billions of dollars a year on hair products, hey, that's not a problem for me. You can see that. We spend billions of dollars a year on beauty products, and the African American community actually has a consumer power more intense than any other group of people in this country, pretty much, because we pretty much all do the same things: buy cars, we buy tennis shoes. We're probably there's black people that got shelves and shelves of tennis shoes, and I think we take more focus on that than any other people. So our spending power is powerful, but we don't understand economics. So the Family Cash Machine, that word family, was created to bring us back into a family setting and to help us to understand money, okay? And so we put the cash in it because cash, is the premises, and we're teaching about money and the history of money, what money is, what gives it value, what is value, okay? And so the Family Cash Machine, a machine indicates something automatic, something autonomous, something that is just programmed to automatically do a certain specific thing. So Family Cash Machine, again, that name was created to bring back the family and bring the family in a position of power through economics to understand generational wealth. Wow, that's the automated part there. So when you have a child that has a tremendous idea and the family has wealth, has the financial backing to back that child's idea, this is what the Family Cash Machine is about. We're about creating generational wealth. We're about not just teaching you about money, but we're about teaching you how to position yourself for one of the greatest exchanges of wealth that ever is going to happen in this world, because money is changing, the dynamics of money is changing, and technology is interfering and interrupting money, and it's an opportunity for anybody, no matter what nationality, race, creed, or color, to position themselves to be able to capture some of this wealth through disruptions of businesses that's going on now and industries that's getting ready to be disrupted with this thing called decentralized technology and the blockchain technology, which is the technology that's the undergirding principle back in Bitcoin. So this is what we're teaching you guys. We're teaching you guys now the knowledge that was withheld from you guys for generations, although you guys are the ones through the pain and sweat on your back that created the financial strength in America. Wow. Now I want to say this. Let's just visit the institution of slavery for a second from the economic point of view. Now, a lot of you guys know about marijuana as being legal now in certain states. I'm in California. Marijuana is legal here, okay? So let's say that you guys had, let's say somebody on this call, you had just 100 people growing marijuana, harvesting marijuana for you for a year free. Damn, I think you'll be pretty strong economically within a year. Just 1 year, just one product, one commodity, marijuana. And you were able to, let me see if I can get more. No, that's not gonna work. And you were able to work these people day up, day down, sun up to sundown, can't see morning to can't see night, 365 days a year. You might give them Christmas off, okay? And you were able to work these people every single day, just 100 people for free. How wealthy would you be in a year with marijuana? Okay? And you got the top-notch kush. You got the bomb, diddy, bomb, bomb. You got the best on the streets. You got the fire. Okay? And you had 100 people. Just think about that. Work for you for free for 1 year. Okay? Now, we're not talking about 100 people. Okay? We're not even talking about 500 people. Envision yourself having 500 people. That's a lot of people. 500 people working for you for free. 500 people for 1 year. Growing marijuana, harvesting the marijuana, distributing the marijuana in the dispensaries, and working from can't see morning to can't see night, 365 days a year, 500 people working for you, and you didn't have to pay them. Wow. You'd be balling beyond balling control. Balling to the highest ballativity. That's what you would be. Okay? You would be wealthy beyond measure. 500 people. That's a lot of people working on the payroll every day for free. And you own them. And they have to work for you every single day. This is how America started. I got to deal with this. Nobody wants to deal with this. Everybody wants to sweep this under the rug. Everybody wants to deal with economics without dealing with the history of economics. Everybody wants to deal with the black man and the black woman without dealing with our whole entire situation and where we came from. Okay, we got to deal with this because there's a hidden pain there that we haven't quite dealt with. And one of the things you learn in NA or AA or whatever AA or whatever anonymous you go to is you have to first acknowledge a problem. In order to fix a problem, you got to acknowledge that there's a problem. So we have a serious economic problem. And this is why we do so many things to be acknowledged and spend all this money on frivolous things so people can give us accolades because we have such a low self-esteem from our origin and where we emerge from, okay? There's a lot of pain there. Let me say this to you. 500 people work for you. Just 500 for a year, growing marijuana, harvesting marijuana, cutting the buds, making the buds look proper, okay? And bottling it up, doing everything they had to do to get it on the market. 500 people work for me for free for a whole year, just 1 year. Oh my God. Do you know how much money I'll be making? And that's just one commodity, okay? I'm dealing with the financial institution of slavery, okay? I wanted you guys to really think about this. Just really ponder on this, okay? Let's say I had 1,000 people. 1,000 people, that's a lot of damn people for 1 year working for me, growing marijuana, harvesting marijuana, getting the buds ready for a whole year, no pay. Let's say I had 100,000 people for a whole year. We're dealing with slavery as a financial institution. That's what it really was about in the initial beginning. And as a result, from that, racism and discrimination and all these other negative philosophies about African Americans arose from the guilt that they had, okay, from this economic financial institution called slavery. Now, it was a horrendous, some very tragic things going on too, but I want to deal with it right now from an economic standpoint, because it's very important that we understand this, why our families are so dysfunctional because of our lack of financial understanding. Okay, now let me say this to you. We didn't have 100,000 people. We had over 17 million. Wow. Not 1 million. Just to have 1 million people working for you for free, economically growing and harvesting the top agricultural products. Just 1 million people is financially, astronomically, just phenomenal. Okay, as far as income. So these people had over 17 million people working for them for free, growing not one, but 3 of the best, highest demand products agriculturally in the world. And not for 1 year, even, for 379 years for free. So we got to deal with this today. In order for us to fix this problem, we got to deal with that problem. And I'm not mentioning this to create any ill feelings in anybody. This is not about being in your feelings. This is about money. This is about economics. This is about understanding how we're going to bring this together and how we're going to put ourselves back on top through using a decentralized currency called cryptocurrency, Bitcoins, or Ethereum, or whatever coin it is that you guys want to create yourself. You have the opportunity right now to create your own tokens. Wow. And there is a huge demand for this type of technology, and it's a huge demand for this type of currency in a world where all the currencies in the world are in trouble simultaneously and getting ready to crash. That's why we're going to have one of the greatest economic transference of wealth ever in the history of the world, because this commodity is needed. This particular technology is valuable, and they can't stop it. Wow. Now, it is documented right now. It is documented. You guys is economic foolishness. It's documented. They know how much you spend on liquor. It is documented that we spend billions of dollars a year on 40 ounces, on Ciroc and all kind of other stuff. It is documented that we are one of the most motivated, inspired, animated people. So we go party. We probably spend more money on partying. Just recently on 4th of July, I seen in the lower income communities more fireworks than I did in Beverly Hills and Santa Monica and Marina Del Rey and Malibu. They go to shows, whereas in the lower income communities, they spend thousands of dollars on blowing up stuff. So might as well just light a fire to your money, because we are very animated and we have a really strong desire to celebrate. Okay, and that's just who we are, But at the same time, we don't understand the economics of it. But my point is, your foolishness and your spending is documented. But I'm going to say something to you guys right now. Your rise, your comeback will not be televised. It will not be recognized. It will be anonymous, because we're going to do it with a decentralized anonymous currency. And basically what that's called in the art of war is guerrilla warfare. And so that's what the Family Cash Machine is about. It's about educating. Okay, it's an educational platform that's going to teach you guys about how we're going to bring the family back together, and we're going to create generational wealth. And that's the machine part of it, because now you're going to have autonomously, in an automatic, systematic structure, economics in your family, where you're going to have your trust funds, you're going to have your corporations all set up, so where you basically own nothing, but you control everything. And the reason that you own nothing, because you want to maneuver with your taxes, but just because in your name you don't own it, don't mean you don't own it. So this is the kind of things we're going to teach you guys in the Family Cash Machine, and we are really committed to teaching our people about economics and teaching our people how we could take back our economics and make better decisions and understand money and master money. Therefore, we can generate the type of energy that's going to attract money. And so with that, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and sign out. This is Eric Vaughn. Stay tuned for the next video. If you guys like this video and like the knowledge that we're giving to you guys about cryptocurrency and generational wealth, like that link. Click that thumbs up so other people could find these videos. And then if you like this link and put a little comment there, I will gladly send you guys a free ebook called The Greatest Exchange of Wealth Ever in History. And also you can go to thefamilycashmachine.net or .com, The Family Cash Machine, and sign up for some free classes right now to start learning more about money, because I don't know any better subject in the world that I would want to know more than money. And so that's the best education that you can get, because it's not just about money that we're teaching. We're teaching about generational wealth, because money without information means that it's leaving you every day. But money with information gives you the inspiration and motivation and direction to direct your money in a perpetual situation that's going to continue to create passive income. And that's what this is all about, you guys. So with that, this is Eric Vaughn and the Family Cash Machine. This is not a gimmick. This is not a game. This is the real thing, the real knowledge. And we are going to bring this platform in a more sophisticated way as we're coming up with more classes about money, central banks, the Federal Reserve. We're coming up with classes about interest rates, as hyperinflation, wars, and all these different dynamics of how they affect your everyday life and how to escape it. How to actually escape that. We're going to teach you guys how to maneuver no matter what this economy do. We're going to teach you guys how to create generational wealth no matter what this economy do. And that's what this is all about. And I thank you guys for this video. Again, like that link, click that link, subscribe to this channel so more people can find this information and we can start educating our people more thoroughly on how we can bring our families back together with strong economics, so we don't have to steal and rob and kill and do all this different crazy stuff that we do because of the lack of economics and the lack of financial support in our families. So with that, you guys, this is Eric Vaughn again. Peace.